students, in the last video we had seen that we have completed all the traditional method and modern method of capital budgeting technique, and we have taken one simple problem of all the methods. Today we are going to take a problem which covers all the methods, and the problem is written on the board. You can note it down and write it in your notebook. Rupali Limited is examining two mutually exclusive proposals, A and B, for a new capital investment. The data of the proposals are as follows. Initial cash outflow 27 lakh, 30 lakh, salvage value nil, expected life 6 years, 6 years, depreciation straight line. In this problem, earnings before depreciation and tax is given for both proposal A and project B. 6 lakh 50, 9 lakh 75, 7 lakh 25, 10 lakh 870, 8 lakh 75, 11 lakh, 9 lakh 50,000, 10 lakh 25,000, 9 lakh and 9 lakh 50,000, 8 lakh and 8 lakh 50,000. The corporate income tax is 30%. We need to calculate payback period, net present value at 15%, average rate of return and profitability index. Now, when we will go for the solution, for payback period and calculation of net present value, we need to know cash inflows. So first of all, we need to calculate proposal A, calculation of cash inflows. For that, we need to prepare a 7-column statement. The columns are year, earnings before depreciation and tax given in the problem, depreciation, earning before tax, income tax 30%, earning after taxes and cash inflow is our result. Now, first of all, we'll start with earning before depreciation and tax that is given in the problem. We need to write all earning before depreciation and tax for 6 years. Later on, we need to find out depreciation, and the formula for finding depreciation is cost of asset minus salvage value divided by number of years. Cost of asset means initial cash outflow of project A, that is 27 lakh, minus salvage value is nil divided by number of years the project is going on 6, and after division we get rupees 4,50,000 as depreciation. Depreciation is being charged on straight line method. It means for all 6 years depreciation will be same. 4,50,000, 4,50,000, 4,50,000 for all the 6 years. Depreciation will be same. Next, the fourth column is earning before tax. Second column minus third column. 6,50,000 minus 4,50,000. The answer is 2 lakh. Next, income tax 30%. This income tax will be charged on fourth column, that is on 2 lakh, 30% depreciation, and it comes to 60,000. Next, sixth column, earning after tax. Fourth column minus fifth column, the answer is 1,40,000. And the last column, that is cash inflows, which is very important for solving all these calculations, is third column plus sixth column. Third column is 4,50,000 plus sixth column is 1,40,000. The answer is 5,90,000. Third column plus sixth column. In the same way, we need to calculate all the amount. Now, I will write down the amount for second year. EBT 2,75,000. 82,500, 1,92,500, next 6,42,500. Third year, 4,25,000, 1,27,500, 2,97,500, and 7,47,500. For fourth year, it is 5 lakh, 1,50,000, 3,50,000, and 8 lakh. Next, fifth year, it is 4,50,000, 1,35,000, 3,15,000, and 7,65,000. And for sixth year, it is 3,50,000, 1,05,000, 2,45,000, 6,95,000. Afterwards, we need to total the sixth column and seventh column. The sixth column total is 15,40,000, and the sixth column total is 42,40,000. We need to calculate calculation of cash inflows from proposal B also. This is proposal A. We'll see now. Next, we will see calculation of payback period and calculation of payback period. As we have already calculated cash inflows, we will take that cash inflows here and we will calculate payback period. So we need to prepare a 3-column statement. To be clear, if you are not clear regarding payback period, you can watch my previous videos and solve that problem first and then come over to this problem. Okay? Now, in the calculation of cash inflows, the cash inflows are uneven. When cash inflows are uneven, we need to calculate cumulative cash inflows. So we'll prepare a small 3-column statement, that is year, next cash inflows, and next is cumulative cash inflows. Cumulative cash inflows. Here 6 years are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now cash inflows from that first table will take. For first year it is 5,90,000. Second year 6,42,500. Third year 7,47,500. Fourth year it is 8 lakh. Fifth year 7,65,000, and for sixth year it is 6,95,000. Now, what we need to do is cumulate. Cumulate means total. For first year, 5,90,000 as it is, and in second year, this 5,90,000 plus this 6,42,500, it comes to 12,32,500. Next, 12,32,500 and 7,47,500, it comes to 19,80,000. Next, 27,80,000. Next, both total 35,45,000. Next, 42,40,000. This is known as cumulative cash inflows. After that, we need to prepare write the formula of payback period. And the formula for payback period for uneven cash flows is year before full recovery, year before full recovery plus in bracket unrecovered amount of investment, unrecovered amount of investment, unrecovered amount of investment divided by cash inflows of subsequent year, cash inflow of subsequent year. Now, to find out the payback period, we need to put the figures in this simple example. The initial investment of project A is 27 lakh. So we need to see when we are going to recover this 27 lakh, in which year. 27 lakh rupees is going to recover in 4th year. So here, year before full recovery. In the 4th year, we are getting 27 lakh 80,000, but we need only 27 lakh. So we need to take a year before full recovery, and the year is 3rd year plus unrecovered amount of investment. So what is the unrecovered amount of investment? So we need to write our investment is of 27 lakh minus 19 lakh 80,000. 27 lakh minus 19 lakh 80,000 divided by cash inflow of subsequent year. Next year's cash inflow means after 3rd year, 4th year's cash inflow, that is 8 lakh is equal to 3rd year plus the subtract rupees 19 lakh 80,000 from 27, the amount comes to 7 lakh 20,000 divided by 8 lakh. After division, 3 plus 0.9, it means 3.9 years is the payback period. Next, we are calculating now net present value. For calculating net present value, we need to prepare a 4-column statement. Year, cash inflows, present value factor at 15%, present value of cash inflows. These cash inflows are in the first table. We have taken it for 6 years. Then we had applied present value factor at 15%. And you know how to calculate 15% present value factor. Next, 4th column, we need to multiply 2nd column into 3rd column. So we get the result and we total the present value of cash inflows. It comes to 26,793. Now we need to apply the formula of our net present value, and the formula for net present value is present value of cash inflows, and the present value of cash inflows is rupees 26,26,793 minus initial investment. The initial investment in the project is 27 lakh. Now the answer comes in negative minus 73,207, and the NPV is negative. Okay. Now we will see next method, that is average rate of return. Next we will see now average rate of return, and the formula for average rate of return is average annual earning after tax divided by average investment into 100. Now average annual earning after tax. To calculate the average annual earning after tax, we need to apply the formula. Number one, average annual earning after tax is equal to total earning after tax, total of earning after tax divided by number of years. This total earning after tax you will get in the first cash inflow statement in the sixth column, that is, and the amount is 15,40,000 divided by number of years 6. It comes to 2,56,667. We need to place it here. 2,56,667 divided by average investment. Now we need to calculate average investment. And the formula for calculating average investment is original investment plus scrap value divided by 2. Now the original investment in project A is rupees 27 lakh plus scrap value is nil. Salvage value for A is nil divided by 2. It comes to rupees 13,50,000. Now we need to put this average investment here, 13,50,000 into 100. The answer comes to 19.01 percentage rate of return. Now we will calculate profitability index. That is our 4th point, profitability index. And the formula for profitability index is present value of cash inflows divided by present value of cash outflows. Present value of cash inflows, we have just now present value of cash inflows. You can refer our table. The column of net present value, that is present value of cash inflows, that is 4th column, 26 lakh 793 divided by present value of cash outflows. It means our initial cash outflow of proposal A, that is 27 lakh. If we divide it, the answer is 0.97. Now we will see the summary. As our problem says, proposal A and B are mutually exclusive projects. We have find out the proposal A. We have done. They are for payback period it is 3.9 years. NPV is negative 73,207. Average rate of return is 19.1% and profitability index is 0.97. Now, homework for you is that in the same way you need to calculate the proposal B and then we will compare. Proposal B is homework to you, all the students. But I am writing the answers of proposal B over here. For payback period it comes to 3.45 years. NPV is positive rupees 1,92,731. ARR, average rate of return is 22.55% and profitability index is 1.06. Now we will compare project A with project B. In comparison, we find out that we conclude that proposal B is better than proposal A in all aspects. Hence, proposal B is selected for project. Proposal B, in the same way as I had calculated proposal A, you need to calculate it, and if you have any doubt, you can message me. Thank you.